Alright, AOA1DB putting mirror testing here. Trying to learn how to control my arc a little better. I figured this is a cheap enough training aid that I might be able to do it. I've learned that my stance, while I think I was over the ball the whole time, I used to be a toe together stance. I feel like I'm over the ball, but looking down at the mirror, I can see that I'm not. And it's caused some issues. So I'm going to try to adjust my stance. And learn to control my arc just a little better. This really does, visually, I'm able to look over, hang this down from my nose, and see exactly where my ball position is and relative to my stance. My goal is to everybody has an arc from what I've read, so mine is out to in, and I tend to rotate my wrists, so I'm going to try to eliminate that without creating body sway. So otherwise you have to sway with the ball, and that affects the pressure and the impact that you have on the ball. So if I can learn to do this and lessen my arc, create better control, better control means better putts, at least in theory. So, translating this to the course, though, is a different story, because you're not going to be able to lay this down and line up your putt. But with enough practice, you can hopefully gain that. That's a problem. I keep wanting to move back behind the ball, and I know I'm doing it out of habit. So break the habit, regain control. Really is hard. I'm not an over the feet apart stance, over the ball type guy. I've always been feet together, and I found I have good control with it. I guess if it works for me, it works, but I want to get better. I want to improve, so I'll try new things. I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it. So I know with my feet together, I swing more like this. With my feet out, I guess it's going to be, it doesn't matter where my head is positioned. With my feet apart, I tend to have a better swing path. Just not, come on, really? Never seen it do that before. Sit right on the edge of the cup on a putting practice mat. See if we can go for a twofer. Call it cornhole if I can get this in. try not to. Biggest problem is now with my feet apart, I'm wanting to sway. With my feet together, I didn't sway. It was just arm control. So. Wow. I guess I could call that a success as far as lag goes if I got them both to stop at the very top edge. All right, you know, old dog, new tricks, say it can't be taught. Well, you didn't want to see me putt this 50 different times. So here we are, 50 balls later. I'm going to start without the mirror to see if I've learned anything. It's just a little harder than I anticipated. I've definitely noticed a difference in my arc, but I've also noticed that I'm applying more pressure in my swing, faster I should say, to mentally I guess I'm trying to make up the difference for not all perfect, but leads me to the question of whether or not is my old putting style, which I had relatively decent control over the ball and the speed, better than or worse than trying to learn a straighter putting stroke path. I guess it's subjective to the type of person you are. Me, I'm always striving to try to do better. I'm not obsessive, but realigning myself constantly on this ball. And I'm still hitting it a little too hard. So I'll come back after about another 50 of these swings. Let's see if I get any better. Put the putting practice back down. All right, back to the mirror. Been about 40 minutes and I've hit probably close to 100 times on my putting stroke. I gotta say, I'm getting more confident, but it's really hard for my body to want to stay with my feet apart. I'm still having a problem with that address. So, but, and I do tend to pull it. So, but if I go back to my other one, I haven't been able to reduce my arc. I know, like I said, maybe that's not for everybody, but mine was pretty extreme. See, just I'm hitting off to the right. And if I go back, this isn't a trick, if I go back to doing it the way I was, my head looking down is over the ball. I mean, directly over the ball on the mirror line. However, I'm behind the ball by about an inch, which puts me right about the back of the line on the putter. But when I do that, I hit a better stroke. So what do you think? Should I change my stroke? Should I change my stance at my address? Or should I just go with what I've been doing for the last nearly 2 years, I would say? I mean, the arc didn't bother me. Just when you see it on video, it changes your perspective. It really does. When you see yourself swing anything on video or do anything on video, it changes everything about your perspective about it. But I don't know. I think I have better control doing it the way I've been doing it. Maybe I shouldn't try to correct something that's not broken. Maybe just work on perfecting that. There you go. Thanks for watching.